All right, friends, we are going to create our Kandinsky inspired work of art. So this is part of one of my examples I did in my sketchbook. And here are all my Kandinsky examples. So I'm going to have this out by me to inspire me to create a work of art like him. I'm actually going to put this right here so I can see it. I'm going to use my black crayon and I'm going to add some shapes and some lines like Kandinsky. So I'm going to use my black crayon to do that. This one almost looks like a bird over here. I really like all these big curve, kind of bold lines with smaller shapes. This cool kind of zigzag looking line. Almost looks like W's. And then he uses cool lines inside of it too. So Kandinsky is very famous for taking emotion and like music or sound and trying to put it into paintings. So that's what's so interesting about his artwork. He's also very famous for using shapes, color, and line. What else? Let's do a big triangle. We need something in the middle. What about a curve this way? And then a big line this way. Okay. Something over here to balance this out. How about a couple circles? I'm gonna make them different sizes just to add interest. And then I'm gonna add one of his cool, almost like a tic-tac-toe board in the corner. All right, I think I got it how I like it. Maybe one more interesting shape up there. All right, so then what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna use these interesting, cool watercolor crayons. So they look kind of like they won't be that exciting to use. They look a little dusty, but there's a reason for that. So I'm gonna add color just like I would with regular crayons, but when I add water to it, it's gonna turn to paint. And I'll show you that in a minute. So what we're gonna do first is add all of our color so that we can put away our watercolor crayons when we get our we get our water out, okay? So I'm gonna add color everywhere I think I want it. And notice I don't have to color it solid with color, because actually what'll happen is when I get it wet, it will turn to paint and kind of fill in all those white spaces. So I don't necessarily have to have it be perfectly colored in. Oh, let's see what happens with yellow. Let's see if we can mix these. I wonder what will happen. So red and orange, or red and yellow make orange. I want to see if these will blend to make orange. What else could I do? Let's try blue in this one and yellow. Let's see if we can make purple over here. So I need, oh, that'll be green. Let's put red. I want it to be purple. Add some yellow in here, maybe all along the side. And I'm gonna add some blue. Well, I got blue there. I don't really want to do that, do I? I'm gonna add a little purple. Okay, so now I'm seeing that I do have color in a lot of spots, but what about all this white spots? I don't want to leave it all totally white. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to color on the outside of my shapes too. I'm going to give it a little color in a couple of other areas just to fill it all up with color. So I'm looking kind of like here. See how he's got this dark color along the edge? I really like how that looks. So maybe I'll move to my blue and do some blue along the edge, like Kandinsky. Maybe some purple along this edge. Maybe some some purple along these lines. What else? Let's see, I haven't used brown or black. Maybe we can get a little brown in here. Okay, so I think it's coming along nicely. Maybe just a couple more areas, because remember, I want to get it all colored how I want it before we get our water out for our crayon, for our watercolor crayons. Maybe I'll do a bit of a rainbow here in the middle. Why not, right? Right over that line. A bit blue. And a little bit of, is that purple? Yep. Purple. Okay, I think I got it how I like it. Now I'm gonna put these away. And I'm gonna use this interesting paintbrush. So this paintbrush actually holds the water inside. So I don't actually need a water cup like we would normally use with a regular paintbrush. This will actually hold my water inside it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to kind of come down to where the top is, this red part. Yours might be a different color. And I'm gonna squeeze it lightly. Ooh, and you can see how the color or the water comes out, and now this blue is turning into paint. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna paint all of my blue areas. Squeezing lightly to get a little water out. So I don't wanna mix it up with my yellow just yet, so I'm gonna paint all of my blue areas first. Okay, so here's blue. Oh, and look at that, it's got a little red in it. Remember, I wanted to see if I could make purple. It's starting to make some purple. Might as well finish that one since we already did the red. Okay, so I'm looking for all of my blue areas. So here's another blue area. So we're gonna do one color at a time. That's important because if I just go crazy with the paintbrush, it's gonna blend all my colors together. And when I blend all my colors together, it starts to get brown and muddy. And I don't want that. I want it to stay nice and colorful. Okay, a little blue in here. Let's see what happens. Now at some point I might run out of water in my paintbrush, and that's okay. We can fill it back up with more water. Okay, so I did most of my blue spots. Now I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna start to do my purple spots. So I transitioned right into purple, and that's good because it didn't get too muddy because purple and blue are actually next to each other on the color wheel, so they go really nicely together. Okay, where else do I have purple? Right here. Now I don't want to get too close to my yellow because when I mix purple with yellow, it's gonna kind of turn brown. So let's do these first and let them dry. So remember, I'm squeezing lightly on my paintbrush here. And then I'm actually gonna turn this, do this big area of purple. Okay, so the more water I add, right, the lighter my paint will be. So I push it out here to make it lighter with more water. All right, and it's turning to paint. So cool. These are like the most interesting crayons I think I've ever used. And I can blend some of this blue in with my purple, making some new colors. Okay, and then I've got purple right here. Let's see what we can do with this one. I don't want to blend too much with the orange because that might make it muddy, right? It might change my color. I'm gonna come right up to this shape. So I'm just going so slow all the way around, doing one color at a time. And what's happening is I can actually fill up all my white spaces too. So my whole page eventually will be filled in. Maybe a few white spots, but that's okay. All right, so I did my purple. Let's do green next. So if I want to, I can kind of pull or kind of brush off. We could actually get paper towel if we wanted to kind of get rid of that purple color so we can go to the next color. Because I want to keep my green nice and clean and green. Okay, I'm gonna flip this over so I can reach it without putting my hand on my paper. Here's some green in the middle. I didn't have a lot of green on mine. That's okay. So green is next to this yellow here too, which I'm actually gonna blend into the yellow. Let's see. Because yellow and blue make green, so these two next to each other I like actually. Okay, so that's my green. I'm gonna kind of pull off or dab off my brush, and then I think I'm gonna do orange next. Let's see. Orange in the middle here. Wow, that looks cool. And that went right into my red. So I'm just gonna finish this area. The orange into the red. Okay. Try not to mix it up with my blue too much. Go alongside of this shape. Okay, so there's that. How about this orange over here? Okay, so again, doing one color at a time is gonna help me keep my colors nice and bold, nice and clean, right? So we're not making brown or muddying it up. We wanna keep it nice and colorful like Kandinsky's. Okay, so I might end up having some white areas in here, and that's okay. I'm getting there though. I might be almost done with mine. Make this orange come up into the middle. And remember, just squeezing lightly, because I only need a little water. A little water goes a long way. Okay, all right, last thing is red and yellow. So let's do this one. Let's see if it'll make orange over here. It does. So cool. Okay, I got some yellow in here, but see, I didn't clean my brush off, so it started to get orange all in my yellow. That's okay. And my blue started to come in too. That's all right. We'll just make it part of our art. Okay, so then I got this red guy. And I'm getting kind of low on water here, but that's okay because I'm almost done. There we go, and these yellow. Oh, let's wipe this a little bit. There we go. Oh, still got a little red in there. That's okay. Okay, I think I got it how I like it. So there are a few white spots, but that's okay, I like it. I'm actually looking kind of at Kandinsky's artwork here, and he has some white spots too. So that's all right. All right, so now I'm gonna leave this to dry. And there we have it.